Mother Francesca, I'd like to introduce Magdalene Druckerin, the printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition, and we pray for his recovery daily. Thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and the community that provides for us. Now, what is this about? Says Jethro, you know our holy rules. Why bringing young Mr. Druckerin to me? Yeah, forgive me, Mother. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. I thought observing the sisters might aid her in her spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Oh, right, yes. I wonder that you never come up to the Abbey before, Mr. I wonder that you've never come up to the Abbey before, Mrs. Druckerin. If God is calling you to the Covenant, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought you this change on? Why are you interested in joining the Poor Clares? I'm worried that helping my father, running the shop alone and finishing the mural are too much for me. Well, if I become a sister, I won't have to marry, which is far better than being stuck bearing kids for the rest of my life. And a holy vision? No. I can be honest, and this could also be a sort of honesty. But I think this is like we're overwhelmed. We are lost on our path, pretty much, I say. Madeline, you should not abdicate your world duties of fear of the unknown. However, I agree that working a printing shop and painting are not suitable duties for a woman. Thank God you have turned to us for help. It is no wonder you felt overburdened by all this. Please, come. I'm happy to tell you more of our order. Wait a moment. Wait, are we inside the Abbey? Our small covenant used to be part of the larger Kesau double monastery. I'm sure you've been told by your sister Gertrude. However, the Poor Clares live far differently than the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe that it's not ours to produce and live solely on the alms and of the community of Tassing, as they see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share its convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? I'm not entirely certain yet. I like to explore and look around, get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have understood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. We won't have a laywoman bothering the sisters of their duties of disturbing our rule. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Please take your time. When you have finished, please come find me. We'll discuss your decision to join. Finally, I thought you'd never finish. What? Truthfully, I'm not here to join the covenant. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting. Why are you telling her this? Well, I'm going to take a look around. Where are we going first? The covenant has many parts. The kitchen, the aquarium, the chapter house, the yard, and the old workshop. Though no one uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to decide where to go first. So you're coming with me? You are. Okay. Oh, hello. So you're petting there. It's not Mousefanger. I want to go out there. It's cold. It's colder today. There's not much in the yard that could help you, I think. Anything that was here long ago has been covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the walls were added when the covenant was built onto the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. Sister Susanne, God bless you. This ice is hard. Do I recognize you, Sister Benedicta? I think I've seen you in town once or twice. Yes, you've seen her. Sister Benedicta is the youngest of the sisters. Mother Francesca allowed only one sister to deal with the town folks. Benedicta received this privilege. Burden, more like. I have to run around everywhere gathering all the food and doing all the chores. I'd rather be inside where it's warm. What are you doing up in the convent anyway? Snooping. I'm going with snooping. Oh, don't let me get in the way then. What an adventure. Actually, Sister Benedicta, I wanted to ask you some question. Do you like being a nun? Oh yes, I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home. And I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. I like to help the older sisters. And I don't mind the chores except when it's cold like this. One more question, Sister Benedicta. Have you seen any mysterious figures or ghosts lately? Ghosts? No, everything's been normal recently. I haven't noticed anything odd. Is this about Sister Marie's ghost? I think it's Mauritius myself. Oh no. Who? Mauritius? Don't tell Mother Francisca this, but I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in the workshop. It said a Roman commander named Mauritius conquered the Tasting, but their colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the abbey. It was a miracle. I wonder if Christian refugees. Yes, the book said they were fleeing Roman persecution. Maybe under Nero? I don't remember. Anyway, but Sister Marie said that she saw a ghost. I thought it must be Mauritius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost couldn't be happy about this tower being turned into an abbey, could he? What do you do with this book, sister? Oh, well. I had it with me in the kitchen one day, and well, I accidentally laid the fire poker on it. Stare in shock and horror. Oh my god, it must be... Oh my god, it must be completely destroyed. I tried to fix it, but it's unreadable now. Sorry, Magdalene. I mean, how could... Oh, never mind. That's alright. The book would probably have gone unread otherwise. I'm glad you were enjoying it. Besides, that story gives me ideas for the Rat House mural. Thanks for telling me about the book, sister. I won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you, sister. Yeah, thanks, Magdalene. God bless you. Art studio. The workshop is covered in dust. Yes, this was a Benedictine sister's workshop. Wait, so I'm actually... Wait a moment. I am not in the abbey. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm in their place. I'm not where I want to go. They used to make badges and art for pilgrims coming to see the Hand of Saint Moritz. It looks like something was just left here after the fire. No, it has to be inside the abbey. Nothing's been used in years. I can't subsist on painting at the poor Clares. Don't produce goods for sale. So we have no reason to be in here. But art allows us to find beauty in life. Even Christ had a father clothed the lilies of the field in beauty. I agree, but that's not the rule of the poor Clares. Mother Francisca considered art a attention into hedonism. Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here unless we put something in storage. I've come in a few times and noticed some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots too. You're saying you think one of the sisters secretly painting? Oh lord, now we all live too close together in the convent or something like that to go unnoticed. In any case, I think it's sad to see the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you... truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent, even if that's not what you were here to do anyway. Gertrude talks about you and you seem to love your art. Without it, you hate it here. Well, don't worry, I'm not planning to join. I just want to snoop around. Damn, I should have picked snooping around. Sad. Wait, is that the same name again? It looks like a scrap from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin in the margin. The Mithran of Tasking has been destroyed by a flood. Wait. Is that a cistern I saw? No, it cannot be. Mithraeum, that's the same word I saw in the Roman section of the mine. Wait, this might be from the book Sister Benedicta found. I wonder why it would mention the Mithraeum. I don't know. It's not a word I've ever heard before. There's certainly nothing in the comment by that name. Well, the note says the Mithraeum was destroyed, so I suppose it doesn't matter much now. Yeah, but lies, you know. Such valuable paints left to dry and crack on the pallets. These old badges are beautiful. I hope the pilgrims who bought them love them too. Yes, yeah, that's right. We are not in the abbey. We're in their section. That's a chapel. This is a chapel where we all gather for mass and liturgy. Liturgy is the oldest part of the convent and the most drafty. Hello again, Sister Gertrude. The sisters have done some minor retouches over the years, but it has represented the abbey from the earliest days. Oh, there's a tower and the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Yes, the tower was a bergfrei long before the structure became a monastery. The Doge gifted it to the Benedictine order after the Holy Empire grew. They had no use for it as a keep. These walls have protected Tasking from attacks of spirits and steel for generations. There's Latin here too. God called Lady Sabine to lead her sisters and brothers in 1261. Lord Cassell's castle was destroyed by fire the year of the death of the Emperor Frederick II. Only the tower remained. Well done, Magdalene. Yes, the first list of the abbey's founding date. The Lady Cassell was actually one of the ones to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery. We added a second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting, even if the sisters were not here. Wait, what? The tower? Is the tower the oldest thing? No. Last time we saw Andreas Mahler was in the tower. But how could he have known? He did find blueprints or like a drawing of earlier... No, I don't know. Wait, I don't know. The tower. The tower. The tower where the bells were? There was nothing up where the bells were. But underneath we have the crypt. One of them leads into the library. The second leads to that cistern. That's where I want to go. Even if the sisters were not here, some record of what occurred would remain. Their tower is unique, a double monastery with two saints, one male and one female, to guard the town and abbey. So the foundation of the abbey was even older than the Holy Roman Empire. Many things have been built and torn down on this land of generations. Who knows what else used to be here? You're right, sis. This mural would be a great reference for the rat house. Then I'm glad to help. God bless you, Magdalene. Here's the aquarium. Most of the abbot's visitors come in here, but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Like Mother Francesca said, isolation is part of our vows. Sister Gertrude once told me the old Benedictine sister used to go out into the town sometimes, and even talk to the men on occasion. And I'm stuck here staring at these walls for the rest of my life. Are you unhappy? It doesn't seem like Sister Susanne thinks much of her life here. I can't blame her. It seems like a boring life there. Even so, she doesn't seem to have a passion that Sister Gertrude and the others have. If she hates her life so much, maybe I should encourage her to leave the order. Encourage her in her vocation. Even I had days where I wanted to be a printer again. Maybe I can help her see joys of the monastic life again. I don't overstep my bounds though. Are you unhappy, or Sister Susanne? I don't know. My father promised me to the church as a baby. Some oaths he swore when my mother struggled in her pregnancy. So there I was, dropped into the poor Clares the summer I turned 17. And they took you in, just like that. Nobody asked what you wanted? I'm sorry. No one should be forced into a life they don't want. Your daughters are born to bear a family's legacy. Between our legs or on our back, it doesn't matter. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the covenant for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours, and I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. But since when did a woman never get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. Couldn't even manage it. I understand. I have more out in me to go where I want, but I'm still bound by the expectation of marriage and homemaking. I remember the days of running around town. I wish I could have gotten married. I wanted to become a mother. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margaret. Or at least they got to see something of the outside before they were 20. Why don't you leave? And do what? My family wouldn't support me. I have no husband, I have no way to own land or make coin. What could I do but pray? And we're better to do that than in a cloister. Thanks for listening, Magdalene. Anyway, let me show you the rest of the cloister. Yeah, lead on. That would mean I will lead on. What do we have left to see though? The chapel? We've been in the chapel. Chapter house, right? The kitchen. This is the kitchen. There's not anything interesting here. Sister Maria's sister Esther will take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. Yeah, we were here last time. The fire poker. Wait, we took the fire poker. But it was a table here or something. So I think we can go that way. God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? No, sis, I'm learning more about the Covenant's history so that I can finish a mural in town. I see. This kitchen has been used for decades, longer than I've been alive, to be sure. I enjoy preparing the meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Isabella has graciously taken on that task for me. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of Saint Francis. Alright. To cause suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil. Even if God granted Adam and Eve the dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appears to me by the cook fire, a lost spirit trapped between heaven and hell. Sister Marie, not this again, not to Magdalene, please. A trick of the light. The moonlight must have gotten caught in the smoke from the fire and thought you saw an apparition. Upon my vows, I swear, saw a figure rise through the ground at Vigils. I was so frightened I fell prostrate and prayed to the Lord to save me. Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between the world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent are very old. Perhaps there is something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. The spirits may seek to know the presence of God now that it rests on holy ground. A spirit in Curacao. Why would it come to the convent though? It breaks my heart to think the spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Marie too upset. Of course. God bless you, sister. God bless your child. Well, you see an entire convent, there's not much here. What do you think of it? I understand the appeal of a small life. It offers its own freedom from the world, even if I'm not drawn to it. That's true. We aren't bound by the worries and thoughts of the world. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from the outside the convent. I'm reminded of the life I once had. Now you've had me thinking about whether or not I should remain with the sisters. I think you should go. Is this good? Yeah, I think it's good. Your family just left here. You don't owe the sisters anything. Ah, dear. Okay. I do, though. The sisters taking care of me. They love me, and I love them. Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows? Maybe I'll get better in time. Maybe. I'll try to help any way I can, even if you're sneaking around the convent wall to say hello. Really? That would be wonderful, as long as no one finds out. Anyway, we should return to Mother Francesca before she suspects something. I learned a lot today. Thank you for showing me around the convent. No, thank you, Mylan. Today has been more interesting than I can remember in the Abbey. Come, let's find the Mother. She wanted to hear what you thought of the place. Okay. So what are we gonna do now? Is the good Lord calling you to a life with us sisters? I'm compelled by the devoted life the sisters lead, Mother Francisca, but I'm afraid I must tend to my father first. Of course, I understand. Caring for your father is in itself a noble path. However, if your heart lends you back to the hill, the doors to our convent are always open to you. Our community is quite modest compared to the splendor of the old Benedictine house, operating under the rule of the powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. Thank you for allowing me inside. You're most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. There you are. You're an MVP, you hear me? You're probably the sweetest NPC in this game. Oh, Magdalene, how did your little expedition go? I learned a lot from seeing the Abbey. I have a good idea of what I'll depict in the mural now. Well, I learned about the Porclairs, but it's before the Abbey are wanted. Yeah, but sister, there's something I don't understand. The Abbey was so prosperous. Why didn't the monks rebuild it after the fire? What a task that would be. The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eye in the mornings. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in tasking that night. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing and moved on. In truth, the abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Curacao was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end the monastery. Did anything survive the fire? Some of the buildings are intact, but are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared to forage in the rubble. I doubt you find anything of help for your mural inside other than the charred wood and parchment. It might still be worth taking a look, if I'm careful. I worry after you sometimes, Magdalene, I really do. Thank you for your help, Sister Gertrude. You're most welcome, Magdalene. God bless you. If something happens to her, I lose my shit probably. Such a helpful soul. Well, that was, I don't know. I did learn more about the founding of Curacao. And the illustration from the manuscript, the Mysterium, it was like the one in the mind. Is it part of the history of the Abbey of tasting? It must be written down somewhere. If only the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. And the ruins are right there. Maybe not everything was destroyed. Oh, we are going inside. We are heading inside. Oh no, it's blocked. My god, this is amazing. I wonder what it was, what it must have looked like before the fire. Everything collapsed in the fire. I had to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Be careful. Oh. Oh shit. Be careful. You alright? Oh no, I can't get back up there. If I climb, it might collapse further. I have to find another way out. Oh no, it's blocked. No, we cannot go into the crypt. We can only go into the tower. Vines. There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. These vines go all the way to the top though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there is no other way out. Oh, that's a fast climber. I can see all the tasking from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundation of the abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. I wouldn't count on it. See, we are at the scriptorium. This is it. This is where it all burned. And up there we was burning. Oh god. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people screaming and running around, and I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. It doesn't look like there's anything left. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? Yeah, we cannot even go inside the scriptorium. There's some flowers here, though. These roses seem to have made the abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. Some flowers growing here too. Hello. I wonder if there were always this many cats in the abbey. Perhaps ask Voislav, as he remembers during his time here. This place is a mess. How sad. Chapter house. Oh, an old mural. It's warm, but I can still see some of the figures. I don't remember this. A dance of death? Well, these figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Someone's been adding to this. Oh, this feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death and why? This looks like people from the town, from here, the people who died. That must be the Baron. That's Otto. That could be Otto. Who is the Baron? I don't know. Wait, is that? Someone's here. Hello? Who are you? Oh. Yeah, that could be Otto. So. The door. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. I think I've seen everything left of the abbey. I want to get out of here. When did it start snowing? Oh, that's bad. Right. I've almost forgotten everything we need to do, but we definitely do need to get over to the doctor. I need help to translate that text. I also want to go to the mill, but the doctor is more important right now. Or should I rely on someone else? The doctor might be... Well, he knows more like... well, I will go to the doctor. I trust him. Hello, Magdalene. Can I help you? Hello, Dr. Stolz. I have a book here and I can't read it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. If you bring it after Christmas, I might be able to help. I have too much to do right now. I can't spare that much time. Oh, I understand. Sorry, Magdalene. Until later. Until then. That's typical. Hello, Bowser. Do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across a book about the history of tasking. I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Now, Sarah and I have our hands full preparing the Christmas sale, you see. We're sorry to bother you. Damn it. I don't want to go to the father for it. I have Baltas, Doctor. I need to ask the priest. I don't like this. I mean, I was told not to show him any text, but I will have to show him this. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father. Do you have a moment? Of course. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you about tasking saints. I'd like to represent them in the rat house. I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. You misunderstand, Father. I may incorporate them, but there are other possibilities. Then I will endeavor to convince you to include them. But you know there is one saint you're overlooking. Why, the Blessed Virgin of course, Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tessin centuries ago. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tessin? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the Bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasants traveled under Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. That seems like a reasonable response, things considered. Perhaps, but blessed are those who believe but have not seen. But sadly, the bishop did not believe. The peasants returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. Over here. There was some labyrinth over here. She told him to draw it on the sheet of a birch bark and bring the drawing to the Bishop of Freising. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop had was moved by the peasant's story and came here to Tassing. The bishop came here? He did. It's the only time the bishop has ever come to Tassing. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. Was the town supported? They couldn't have built it there on their own? Oh, I don't know, but certainly the support of the bishop must have made it much easier. And so the bishop helped to fund the creation of the church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. You're from Tassing. How did you hear the story? Sure, I'm not. The people told me when I came. And the former priests told them when they were children and so on. The priests and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Yeah, thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? You know, You actually have. Excellent, I'm glad to hear it. God bless your work, Madeline. Hello, Father Thomas. Can you spare a moment? Of course, Madeline. What is it? Well, I found this book, but I can't read Latin. Could you help me translate it? The old book? Oh dear, I can't afford that much time away from my duties right now. The Christmas ceremony is coming up. I've already fallen behind on Advent preparations. Could the matter wait, perhaps? I'll be happy to look it over after the festivities. Of course, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. So no one have time to help me with the book. Mary, Mother of Jesus, her painting has been here as long as I can remember. There's something more. There's something more to this. Miller. Magdalene, then, what brings you up the hill? I wanted to ask, Dad was telling me your family's been in tasting for hundreds of years. Oh, is this for the mural? I'm not sure I want to get mixed up in that. I want to depict your family specifically, if that helps. You're one of the few people who knows anything about the town after the Romans left. The mother's been a pillar of testing for generations, yes. But I'm afraid I only know a little about them. And much of that I've heard from others. Leonard didn't care to talk about the past. I meant your family, the one you were born to. Your family was Kavaisa, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I'm not surprised your father remembers the Kavaisos. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. I'm the last of us now. Doesn't sound like a local name. Why would it? Wouldn't it be? I'm Bavarian. It's my name, so it's a Bavarian name. No one else no one else in the town has a name like that. And shouldn't you be Kavsevlin? No, whatever. I have always been called Kavasail. As for my sister and my mother had a mother before her. My grandfather told me that he had lived in this area for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seemed impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, because they were part of the old people, the original Bavarian people. They helped to resettle Tessin after the Romans left. They built their home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. But that's just a story. How do you know any of it is true? I heard from my family. Do you think they were lying? I think they could misremember or forget. Why does the story need to be true? However, true, it may or may not be. It doesn't matter, Magda. It matters that I believe it, and it connects me to my ancestors. When I think of the ancient Cavasels driven from the land only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? No, I don't. I think so. It's like when Dad tells me a story about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me of her smile, I can almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whatever you really remember. When I sing my sister's favorite song to Ulrich, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's alright. Just as I may not know exactly how the Cavasels settled in Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her and them, and though they are so far from me now. That is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on now. You got a mural to complete. Thank you, Elsie. You gave me much to consider. God bless you, Magdalene. Okay. We should get back. Just give me a moment. Okay. So let's see. We've been to the mill. We've been to the abbey. Where else going now? Ursula. Hi, Magda. Need something? Maybe. I'm looking into the history of Tassing. The grandpa said he told you a lot of things about the old ways. Can you recall anything? Yes, of course. Unfortunately, both my grandfather and Ottilia told me what they knew. Her mind was still so sharp, even up until the end. Sharp tongue too, as I recall. Was that where you learned it? Maybe. She was Maybe she unwittingly inspired me from afar. I'm grateful I got to spend time with her before she passed. What do you remember from them? Grandpa told me all sorts of charms and things to do with to protect against evil. But I imagine you're not interested in that. He said that it was Persia who protected the forest from witches, not Saint John. God and his saints have dominion over the town and the abbey. But Persia still watches over all of our wild places. What about Saint Satya? Grandpa believed in the saints just as he believes in Persia. He said Persia's power is shown in certain places and times. There's no conflict for dominion between her and the saints. I see. And Ottilia knew all the old chants in another language. She told me what they meant, but she couldn't translate them, I suppose. They had to do with Persia, but also God and Saint Moritz. So where did he come from? She didn't know. But I think I'll figure it out after she passed. There were some people coming through town, and I heard them speaking their language. It didn't quite sound like the words Tilia used, but close. And they said that Saint Moritz was a patron of their home too. Really? Where were they from? Graubound, and they were Swiss. They said there was a holy spring in their town that had been blessed by Saint Moritz. So Ottilia knew the language. Oh, they were speaking Romansh? I don't know. I only ever heard it that one time. Other than from Ottilia, I mean. She said we all used to know the chants, the language, generations ago. I don't know. Maybe we weren't always the people here. What do you mean? Maybe we come from somewhere else. Our families, I mean. But people have been in Tassing since before the Romans came. That's what I've heard. People say the mine has been here forever. But, oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of things. Maybe there's no sense to be made of. I don't know any of it. I don't know if any of it is useful to you. Even if it isn't useful, I find it interesting. Good, not everyone appreciates hearing about these things. I know. You I know. You should be careful, Ursula. Why? Not everyone is as open-minded as I am. I just don't want to get you in trouble. Alright, I appreciate the concern. Thanks for your help. Anytime. I'll see you later. Until then. Okay. I believe we should probably talk to this ass then. God bless you, Magdalene. And you, voice love. How is the avatar? Same as ever. When hams need a cure, there's not much to do in the winters but wait. Does that affect your revenue much? Not as much as you might think. I don't require much to live a comfortable life. I was Benedictine after all. Oh, while it's on my mind, I was going to bring by some stew for you and your father. I thought you might need a little warming up, running about in the cold as you are. That would be great help, boys love. I've hardly had any moment to cook a hot meal. Happy to help, Magdalene. This is how I can. This is how I continue to serve Tassing. My vacation may have changed, but my service to God and the town has not. You've always been so dedicated to the town. It's hard to imagine you ever lived in the abbey. Sometimes those days feel like another lifetime. A harder time to be sure. Harder than now, really? Those years, I disagreed with how Father Gernot ran Curacao, but I failed to see how twisted the abbot's perspective had become until the Baron Rothvogel's murder. Is that what made you leave? Yes, he only left the order after the revolt, but I had long been disenchanted with Curacao. Especially after Father Gernot allows his Matilda to be killed for the murdered Baron Rothvogel. She was very dear to me. But the abbot needed a scapegoat and he got one. Was there no investigation? Oh yeah, there was. Under the recommendation of that damned Andreas Mahler. Those were the hardest years of my life. I was angry, of course, but resigned to live the rest of my days dedicated to God. It wasn't until I saw how badly the peasants were suffering that I realized I was at fault. The abbot's destruction gave me a second chance. I wanted to make things right. It must be strange to leave that life after so long. Well, I admit it's been strange. It's been strange not to be constrained by vows and traditions. I do not regret leaving the order. Truthfully, it's been a relief. I can serve the town and the Lord without qualms now. Well, for what it's worth, I think you're a wonderful part of Tassing's community. Thank you, Magdalene. Hearing that warms my heart. Anyway, I'll send that soup over to you shortly. God bless you. Okay. Good evening, Magdalene. Good evening, Doctor. I see you're progressing on the town mural. You made rapid progress. I'm trying to finish in time for Dad. You understand? It's taking longer than I wanted. I had to get all my other chores done too. Take care, Magdalene. Too much more work might throw your humors into imbalance. It won't do anyone any good if you fall ill yourself. Yeah, thank you, Doctor. I keep that in mind, but I need to get this done. I understand. Now then, the council has asked to hear about your progress. I've been researching the early Christian history of testing after the Romans left. Learning how people settle in the ruins, how the abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled my subject. And what have you chosen, if I may ask? I want to show history how it happened. Yeah, I'm not going with the saints. I want to show history how it happened. I'll paint the lady herself founding the abbey from the old Bergefried. That might be rub some people in the town the wrong way. The saints are a core part of Tassing's history after all. I'll be careful in how you choose to paint such a piece. Our Lord is a staunch Catholic. Should I be afraid? One could interpret the absence of the saints as, well, Lutheran. Right. I think I'm gonna go for this. Is Lutheran to portray the founding of Benedictine Abbey? That doesn't make any sense. I'm simply presenting a possible interpretation. It may reflect poorly on Tassing. Remember, these murals are for all of us. I remember. Very well. After this section, there's still much work to do. I imagine it poses difficulties that others' murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They've always looked it away. It sounds like you... It sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Saltz? Yes? Have you ever seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard of it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years. And no, I haven't heard anything like that. Why? I've seen someone following me a few times. I'm sorry to hear that. That is just it. That's just it. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, this could just say, I don't really give a shit. Didn't you run into that odious woodsman Hollerbrand not long ago? I did. Yes, but I don't think it's the same person. Well, if you have concerns, you should ask one of the boys to escort you when you're out. There's no need to risk your safety. You're right. Good night, Dr. Stoltz. Good night, Magdalene. And now I'm only the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? I had always talked about how the Archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the Archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jacob Essler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an Archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. And of course, I need to write back to Esther too. I'll write them tonight for bed. Where to begin? There's a note here. I don't think that's good. I'll write to the Archdeacon, Jacob Esther, and see if I can tell me about the revolt. I wrote a letter to Esther too, and hope the courier makes sure it passes before winter. What about that? Jacob Essler, former Archdeacon of Phrasing. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I'm an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothfugel's murder at Curacao Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? In particular, do you remember anything about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? More have appeared in Tassing in subsequent years, seemingly a harbinger of death. Thank you for any help you can give, Magdalene Druckerin. Dearest Esther, I hope you're all well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Simond. And Alicia too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this reaches, you expect winter will have unfolded and fall at Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I've reorganized the workshop so the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad is doing poorly, but at least he seems comfortable. He is sleeping more, but the soul says that that's a consequence of the colder weather. I do what I can for him, but this winter has been hard. I've asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much she and Dr. Stolz can do. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Whereas I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explore the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. No one in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they've seen ghosts. In the strangest thing, giving me a fright a few times. But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas, or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps, at long last, I should be able to visit you and meet this Simmond. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter for the year. The rage post has already been laid, and report the worsening snows throughout the process. We seem to be stepping into harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simmond. Yours always, Magda. How did this get there? Stop. This is just like the note Dad found. Are they trying to scare me? And if I don't stop, they're going to try to kill me next. I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's been so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there's the right time. Oh dear. Well, I don't want to go to sleep now. I don't want to go to sleep. Let's see here. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Mrs. Druckerin, only one letter for you today.